What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Sean Mean. Sean, how is it going?
I'm good. The boys are back in town, Connor.
I feel so tin.
and Lizzie? I don't know.
I thought you would come up with some Lizzie pun, but it's fine.
There's no Lizzie puns.
There is none. I kind of set you up to fail there, really. So, yeah, this is the Heroes for Hire podcast. The Heroes for Hire are back in the same podcast arena. We are not in the same room currently, but you wouldn't know by the magic of the internet.
Yes, and also I edit out all of the weird pauses that WhatsApp gives us.
There's so many 45-second pauses.
It really kills the energy.
Really? Just, I say something funny, then just...
No, that's just my genuine reaction.
Oh, all right. Oh, so that wasn't very funny then, was it?
No, just being mean. Just being mean.
Just general meanness. Get with the vibe. You did a very good job, Movie Mondays. Thank you very much for Orla for stepping in.
Not a problem.
She did an amazing job. I thought it's always very funny to hear you try and lead a show. That fills me with such joy.
What does that mean, Connor?
I mean that you're better as a reactor. Is what I'll say.
Oh, look, I won't deny that.
Which are you more comfortable in?
Oh, I certainly enjoy not doing any work beforehand.
That is true, but like I think it's a special idiot. I think my theory is that your brain is too smart and too like quick as to be a reader. To just be a reader, like I just read the words and go, Shaw, what do you think of that? And then you come up with something funny.
I fire back with some amazing banter.
Yeah, just amazing improv. Whereas when you're doing the reading, in your head you're going, oh jeez, I've got an amazing improv bit for this. But
how do I set it up so I can say this?
How can I set up myself? It's the real thing.
I'm just like a savant for comedy.
Oh, that's... Put that on your tombstone. So, yes, I am back. I got my flight home yesterday, so I'm back for more weird news goodness. I did a research tonight, and I think it's been a good week for weird news. Obviously, I've been away from it all, so I haven't even seen anything. Tonight was the first night I put it all together, and to be honest with you, there's some weird fuckers as usual around the world this week. But I think where we really need to start is we have not Florida man, we have Arizona man, Sean.
Arizona man? Nothing weird ever happens in Arizona.
So I'm wondering, has Florida man finally met his match, to be honest with you? Because I have Arizona man gets drunk, steals bike to celebrate 4 months being sober.
Oh God. Oh, you were doing so well.
Arizona man, Mesa area resident Jackson Brady Hally. What's that, Sean?
Is that a man with 3 first names?
Definitely 2. Is Hanley a first name?
Hanley. Look, I don't know.
No,
it could be.
Maybe if you don't love your child, maybe.
If you want them to get bullied, name them Hanley.
And my daughter Legley. Jackson Bradley Hadley Jr., which is a fucking mouthful, was excited to be celebrating. Junior. Yes, Jackson.
So his
Bradley
dad's
Hadley
named that as well.
Jackson Bradley Hadley Sr., carrying on the noble Brady Hadley name.
The third.
The third. Jackson Brady Hadley Jr. was excited to be celebrating 4 months of sobriety. So he kicked off.
An accomplishment, to be sure.
To be fair, as an Irish person, that is basically a lifetime. So he kicked off the festivities by getting drunk and allegedly stealing an unspecified Kawasaki motorcycle from a local dealer.
I was picturing like a bike with pedals. Like a bicycle?
Oh, don't you worry. It gets dumber. Don't you worry about it. So Hadley, on February 11th, so this is a few weeks ago, but Hadley rode his bicycle over to a local Kawasaki dealer in the middle of the day.
Okay. Oh, so he was day drinking.
He bicycled over, as you would to all great robberies.
Yeah, like he got on his bike, and about halfway through the journey decided, nah, I need to be faster than this, but I still want two wheels.
Another halfway he thought stabilisers off might be my next big thing. Stabilisers off. He then proceeded to calmly wheel the Kawasaki off the showroom floor in the dealership and out the front door.
He was inside.
So he bicycles up to this fucking dealership, parks his... I don't know if he used the word park. I'm sure he just threw his bicycle
he flips
up against
down
the wall.
the kickstand.
Yeah, and put on the lock around the wheel so nobody steals it. It's a dangerous neighbourhood.
It really is. Arizona.
He walks into the dealership and he sees this Kawasaki motorbike and he's like, that's the one for me. That's the one.
But I don't like how it looks inside. I want to see it in natural light.
Sure, you'd want to see how it runs. You want to see how smooth the ride is. So he wheels it out.
The smoothest ride you can imagine.
Of course. He wheels it off the showroom floor. And no news report claims, this is where it gets good, Sean, but I haven't specifically told you that he rode off on that motorbike for a reason. Because no news report claims that he ever tried to ride the motorbike.
Well, surely they wouldn't have keys.
Although he did allegedly steal it and take it for a walk.
Just showing him around the block.
So he cycles up to the dealership, walks in, picks up the motorbike, wheels it out the front door. Never once. He never said he was a robber of that high proportions that he goes to, riding away, which would make for a fast getaway. He's slow
Absolutely.
and steady, wins the race.
In many ways, stealing a getaway vehicle is the best way to go. But
actually, that's a good point.
What he's done there is he's sacrificed a perfectly good mode of transport, the bicycle,
which is faster.
Which is faster at the minute. And now he's just essentially carrying an anchor around with him.
Yes. So after what clearly must have been, I'm assuming, the slowest police chase ever, officers found Hally with the bike nearby, tipped over onto a fence that managed to hold it upright. So I can only assume he got tired of pushing it.
I mean, fucking fair play to the boy who built the fence, do you know?
Like, he's wheeling it and he wheels it like 2 blocks and he's just like, oh fuck,
yeah.
Jesus Christ,
because it weighs a ton.
Big bike. Who told me these motorbikes are heavy? Fucking hell.
And it's not powered, he's just pushing it on his own, like,
it's just like dragging it. He's got a little wheelie red barrow thing just coming along behind him.
A little red wagon.
A little red wagon. So the bike was tipped over onto a fence that was still holding it upright. Strong fence. The dealership later estimated that its scrape with the law had caused around $3,500 in damage to the exhaust of the bike. Oh God.
Oh God, it ran for too long without being turned on.
He put in diesel instead of petrol. Oh, sure. It was going to go out eventually.
You'll have to flush the engine out. Oh, lads.
You can't be starting the engine, so he didn't start it. Hadley later told police that he was excited to be celebrating 4 months of being sober. So he came up...
Do you think he was sarcastic in that? Or was he actually...
I think it's more lovable if he's not. I think if he's just excited.
It's like, aren't you proud of me, officers?
Yeah. So does anybody want to give me a high five? No? Okay,
no,
right.
Come on.
That's
you wouldn't
fine.
leave me hanging after 4 months of sobriety.
I'm going to talk to my father about this, Jackson Brady Hadley Sr., and you're all going to be sad.
Yeah, he just calls in daddy for everything.
So he came up with this brilliant plan to get the motorcycle he'd wanted after first drinking a bunch of Moscato and vodka at home. I don't know what Moscato is.
I don't know what it is either, but I want to assume it's hard liquor.
Although if you're drinking vodka during the day drinking vodka seems a bit strong.
No, I don't want to disparage anyone who wants to day drink vodka. We've all done it. It's a great pastime.
We've all done it.
We've all day drank vodka, lads. Bit of Red Bull in there sets you up for lunchtime.
Red Bull and vodka is the only way I start my day. A Red Bull and a vodka and a strong cup of coffee and I'm ready for the day.
Just put it in your Cocoa Pops.
Just, that sweet, sweet taste.
The burn of the cocoa.
It must be the Cocoa Pops. Did somebody change the ingredients of Cocoa Pops? They're burning me immediately. This is weird.
These Cocoa Pops are making me feel funny.
So fucking hell, the sugar in them is strong.
It just can't be good for you, lads.
No wonder diabetes is on the rise with the amount of fucking sugar in those jokes. Get away from me. I'm feeling a bit hyper after drinking them. The plan was he was going to wheel the motorbike back to his house and then start it at the house a safe distance from the dealership so nobody would know that he had robbed it.
But they saw him slowly leave the dealership.
Now, there are some flaws in the plan.
Yeah, I look, I'm not saying he was being careful. God damn him, he was trying his best.
He's not going to drink and drive, Sean. That's the main thing.
That would be irresponsible, of course.
No, he's like, that'd be irresponsible as I'm a sober man, or I was a few hours ago. That'd be irresponsible.
Look, I didn't get to 4 months sober by drink driving.
I got it by not drinking vodka in the morning, which I'm doing currently.
To celebrate, of course.
Of course. 4 months isn't even, like, a celebratory number.
Look, I mean, first of all, if anyone's off the drink at the minute, fair play to you. But
off the sip.
Off the sup.
Off the sup.
But, like, usually it's like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year.
Yeah.
Do you think he hadn't gotten a reward in a while and he just needed a win?
He just needed that dopamine in his body. His brain needed a bit of dopamine, or the serotonin levels. You know what I mean?
It's like a wedding anniversary. That, like, first year is paper, 5th year is wood, 4th month is motorbike.
I got you a motorbike. It has no fucking keys. I wheeled it back here. Now fucking clean out the fucking fire. Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
So oddly specific.
Oh man. So, I mean, in fairness, as we said, he wasn't drink driving. He was just a man who was celebrating. And what better way to celebrate? He'd had his eye on that motorbike for years. And he needed a bit of a pick-me-up after going 4 months without the sweet, sweet sup. And so he said...
The beautiful sup that it is.
And okay, you're not helping him. So if you don't stop talking like that, he'll go back to the drink, Sean.
Oh no. Imagine what he'd get up to.
Possibly half-baked ideas of theft. Oh no.
Heaven forbid.
So I don't know if this man is the criminal mastermind we need, but he's the one we deserve right now. But at the same time, is Arizona man now putting Florida man maybe on the watch? Maybe Florida man has a bit of an enemy.
It could be, you know, that, like... Now, I don't know what Florida man's been up to this past week. Maybe he's going to surpass this altogether.
Yes, he will.
Oh, okay, excellent. Thank you for confirming that.
Yes, just as a confirmation, yes.
But I think
the general answer is, can Florida man sink any lower? Always just assume yes.
Look, Florida man always has a shovel to dig himself a deeper hole.
Yes.
I think that, like, I don't know if they would actually be enemies. I think him and Florida man would get on very well.
Would they be the brains of the operation, the both of them?
Yeah, between the two of them.
They'd have one brain.
Yeah, they'd have a half-baked idea. Not a full-baked.
Yeah. What if I do a load of meth and then steal the bike? You fucking nailed it, boy.
Do you know what? Fair play.
Hanley Senior is going to hear about this. He's going to be very excited.
Be very proud of you.
Okay, we're moving on to our next piece of news. And Sean, we're not actually going to America these days. Where we're going is to Scotland.
Scotland?
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. I knew it was going to be bad. Yes,
Bonnie, Scotland.
Is that the guy from Chicken Run? Is that accent?
It is indeed. It's the only accent I can do.
Of course, Mel Gibson and Chicken Run, we all know it. So, bungling Dunfermline pillowcase disguise bank robber is jailed.
Sorry, I'm going to need that headline
no comments
again.
there. Bungling Dunfermline pillowcase disguise bank robber is jailed.
Is he dressed as a pillowcase? Oh, he's a pillowcase on his head.
A bank robber who was forced to reveal his identity when he failed to cut eye holes in his makeshift mask has been jailed for 4.5 years.
Jesus.
It's step one.
Step one is cut the eye. We've all seen a cartoon ghost costume.
Matthew Davies donned a pillowcase during the raid of a Bank of Scotland in Dunfermline, Fife, but soon discovered he could not see properly.
But he decided he was already there. There's no going back at that point.
So this is actually interesting because the High Court has now convicted him now, right?
Yeah.
But this happened in September of 2019, which I'm surprised we didn't cover it when he was arrested. But maybe there's some law that they didn't release the information, or else we did cover it and we're both forgetting.
Look, that is possible. And it might have happened before.
It might have. But I'm always worried that there's going to be a new news report and we'll just repeat it.
Yeah, it's an actual fear that I have on this.
Yeah.
That we'll just make the same jokes again.
Yeah.
But what I have a theory already about this, in that
Go on.
I think he brought 2 pillowcases. One to use as a mask and one as the swag bag.
Right. And you can't cut holes in the swag bag.
No, he put on the wrong mask, and then he was trying to fill the swag bag, but all the gold coins kept falling out.
As we all know, yeah, bank stock gold coins. As we all know,
every bank has them.
From Spider-Man 2, where they're all just full of gold coins.
It is a weird just form of storing money, isn't it?
It's a very strange. So the 47-year-old threatened staff with a meat cleaver that he pulled from the pillowcase upon entering the bank.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Did he forget the other pillowcase?
I see. We don't. That was your theory that he had two pillowcases.
Look, of course he had 2 pillowcases.
It's locked in, Connor. I'm not an idiot.
Connor, what psychopath has only 1 pillow on their bed?
I do, actually.
Do you? Are you a 1 pillow boy?
Yeah.
I'd like to end this podcast forever.
I could sleep with no pillows.
No, you couldn't.
I could.
Connor, I will tell you right now, I have 3 pillows on my bed, and sometimes I add a 4th.
I want my neck at a 90-degree angle. If I can't walk the next day, then I've slept well.
I know, I feel like if I ever took away my pillows, I'd somehow have all the blood in my body end up in my head.
What? How?
Because it feels like my head is back further than it is. So
Do you hang upside down or something? Why is your bed at like an obtuse angle?
It's not, but I just feel like the way my head tilts when it goes back.
Just get a flat bed.
It is a flat bed. I have a crooked neck.
Of course. Well, my neck is perfectly straight. I don't need any fucking pillows.
Well, bully for you then.
You're like, well, la-dee-da, Mr. Straight Neck.
This is why you'll rob a bank with no eye holes.
Oh, you're right. You've got me. So, Davies of Dunfermline pleaded guilty to the charge. Now, that's nice of him to plead guilty to a fact that he was arrested from that, and they caught him on camera doing it. Yeah,
and he presumably had his face unmasked before he put the pillowcase on.
Well, this is where it gets interesting, because the High Court in Edinburgh heard how Davies had pulled the meat cleaver from the pillow slip, then used the pillow slip to cover his face, but had to quickly remove the pillow slip after realising there were no holes in said pillow slip.
And then tried to rob the bank?
This is all during the same robbery, in which everyone in the bank then seen his face.
Saw his face, the camera saw him, they saw a cleaver.
Now, the prosecutor's name here made me giggle, but I've no idea why. He's called Stuart Roddy, but that's not a name. Stuart Roddy earlier told the court this was due to a failure to create eye holes.
Again, Judge, we've all been there.
Stuart said this with his hands in his head. Just, oh my God. Okay.
So he didn't cut eye holes. That's just how it is.
It was due to a failure to create eye holes, Judge, and you know how fucking stupid that is. You know it, right?
Look, I'm getting paid, you're getting paid. Let's just leave it at that.
Defence counsel Lorraine Glancy said when he was in the bank, in order to be able to see the person he was trying to rob, he was required to expose his face, not only to that person, but to the CCTV cameras operating in the bank.
In his defence, he didn't know that the bank would have CCTV.
Who could have predicted that?
They always try and trick you by putting CCTV in places you'd want to rob, you know?
Normally banks just have bouncers at the front, and after that you're scot-free.
That's it, yeah, they have one old man with like a cap and a navy suit.
Date of birth? What horoscope are you? Not with those shoes.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Back away.
Sorry, pal, regulars only.
Where are you coming from, lads, huh?
Have a good night. Have a good night.
Yeah. So he came into the bank. He had the knife or the meat cleaver in the pillow slip. He pulls the knife out of the pillow slip and walks up to the lady or man at the counter and says, "Give me all your money." He puts the pillow slip on his face, quickly realises he can no longer see the person who's going to be handing him the money, and then has to quickly take back off the pillow slip off his own head.
I think that would be more intimidating than a man wearing a pillow slip with eye holes in it.
What? A man not wearing a pillow slip?
No, like a man wearing just a pillow. Like you can't see anything, and he can't see anything. But it's like the end of Dodgeball.
He's a wild card, but I'm glad he's in our deck. He could do anything.
He could do anything. His senses are now heightened. He can smell the money. He
could be robbing that bank, or he could have accidentally wandered in from the fish market down the street. We don't know what his job is.
What if he's wearing a suit backwards and he's not even looking at you?
You don't know.
You can't tell.
That's the girl or the guy at the counter is running through all these scenarios as they're looking at this fucking idiot with the pillowcase. Fuck, that suit could be backwards.
He could be giving him way too much credit.
Oh fuck, he's a fucking criminal mastermind. I'll never get him.
Just give him the money, give him the gold.
Let's just get out of here. Give him the bars of gold that we stock in Dunfermline Bank.
Famously the biggest gold store in the UK.
Of course. Everything's like that Harry Potter fucking safe. It's full of gold.
Full of so much gold and a dragon.
So Miss Clancy was his defence, and she added that his actions were out of character, and the robbery was one that, when looked at objectively, was unlikely ever to go successfully. So her defence for her client is, lads, we all know this was fucking stupid. But to be fair to him, it was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So there's my defence. I rest my case, Your Honour.
Look, he's an idiot, but in my defence, he's always been an idiot and will always be.
His suit is on backwards right now. He can't even dress himself in the fucking court.
It wasn't on purpose.
He's just really dumb.
In many ways, it's harder to put a suit on backwards.
I would say it's almost impossible.
I could do it.
No, you couldn't.
I can and I will.
How are you doing up the buttons? How are you doing up the buttons once you get to, say, past like the fourth one up?
Buttons are pre-done. The buttons are pre-done up until... I have enough space to put my head through. I put it on over my head, and then I just have to reach behind my shoulders.
How you reach... They're the hardest ones. How are your shoulder blades, like, tucking themselves in so you get a good tie?
I didn't think about tying the tie. And the waistcoat is going to be a whole other ordeal.
Oh, why did I order the waistcoat? A 3-piece. Why did I get a 3-piece?
My pocket square.
All I needed was a 2-piece. Surely a jacket and trousers is enough.
Surely that would have proven the point.
No, I had to go all out. So her defence for her client was that he's a fucking moron. And look, I like her use of it was out of character, and the robbery was one that, when looked at objectively, was unlikely to ever go successfully. When looked at objectively, it was fucking thick. He's a fucking moron.
He's a fucking dickhead is what he is.
So he actually got money out of it. So they gave him £2,000. It was £1,980. And demanding the cash. Now he didn't get very far afterwards.
Yeah,
but at the time because like obviously the teller is just like, yeah, here's the money.
No, yeah, and then now I'm going to call the police.
If the guy has a meat cleaver, you just kind of here, have my gold coins, he said.
Now, how much? Like £2,000 in pounds is probably like 7 gold coins or something.
Absolutely. Now, Sean, why I bring this story up is we've had a lot of fun talking about how dumb this man is and how ridiculous this whole thing is. But where this really gets good is his getaway. Now, we've heard a few good getaways. We've heard of men, fast cars. We've heard of motorbikes. We've heard of, like, remember that scene in The Dark Knight where the lads, like, zip line out the fucking, like, there's a fucking school bus. Like, it's a whole thing.
We've seen Kevin McAllister escape in Home Alone.
All those paint cans. So, a witness who followed Davies as he made his escape observed him walking slowly away from the bank. At one point, stopping to pat a dog.
That is me as a thief if I've ever heard one.
Before returning to the street where he lived. Just strolling home.
Just walk home. No one's going to look at you funny.
Just a guy carrying a pillowcase that has a meat cleaver in it, and I'm assuming a big bag of money. He just I like the use of the word observed him walking slowly, and then at one point he stopped to pet a dog.
Yeah, like strolling, not in any rush. As far as he was concerned, he'd gotten away scot-free.
The perfect crime. We've nailed it.
I bet that dog ratted him out.
It was a Scooby-Doo. This dog was Scooby-Doo.
Oh, maybe it was Scooby-Doo, and then the gang stopped him.
Oh, fuck. And they pulled off his mask, and underneath that mask was another mask of pillows. Oh, fuck.
He's actually a pillow.
It's Old Man Pillow. Who could have predicted?
Oh, man. And like, he just seems like he's doing his best in life.
Yeah, look, he's been given a 6-year prison sentence, but it's not normal. It's not often we get a really, really dumb person from the UK. Well, sometimes we had Amethyst Realm. She's like Ireland's like biggest star in terms of idiocy. But in terms of
what about the
UK,
bloody government, huh?
Oh, very good. The UK kind of has a few ghost stories as well. We don't get as many robbers from Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, England.
Yeah, UK is a lot more of the like weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like just strange goings on.
So I'm glad that we got a man who petted a dog on the way home, making a grand escape, I can only assume.
A £2,000 escape.
Oh, very good.
Yes, thanks.
Oh, I love how he put the pillowcase on his head and was like, oh, fuck, can't see. Took it back off.
Just get rid of that. Hopefully no one noticed. No, we're in the clear.
He did the look around like, that is embarrassing. Did I think anyone noticed? Think I got away with it? Probably got away with it.
I got away with it, right?
Yeah. We're moving on to our next piece of news, and that is woman caught on highway steering car with knees, plate and fork in hands.
Oh no. What was she?
Yes. A sneaky attempt to eat brekkie on the go has wrecked up a hefty bill from one woman who was caught in the act while driving along a highway in Victoria. Police say they spotted a woman steering with her knees as she attempted to eat her breakfast while driving through a busy highway.
I ask again, what was she eating?
Well, here's the question, Sean, because I was going to come to you. What would be an acceptable meal to have while driving with your knees? Is there an acceptable meal?
I think driving with your knees automatically means unacceptable, first of all.
What about a really good, like, rasher or bacon sandwich?
See, a sandwich I could nearly get behind. Do you know? I feel you could one-hand that bad boy.
No, but she didn't cut in half in time on the way out. So she's dealing with a full sandwich. You can't one-hand a full sandwich.
I bet you I could.
Oh, why do you always do it while buttoning up your shirt backwards?
That'd be impossible, Connor. Will you stop?
That's actually a Guinness World Record that you could enter for.
Because they'll give you a record for anything.
They would. They don't give a shit.
It's got to be like eggs and bacon, right? Something on a plate.
Eggs is messy. Eggs is messy on a plate.
Eggs is messy on a plate.
Sunny side up. That is a messy thing if you're frying that egg.
You think the yolk is still runny?
Oh yeah, that's sure. How else am I going to do the egg in the morning? Like, come on now, Sean.
Boiled and with some soldiers.
Oh, she had time to cook soldiers, but didn't have time to eat it. She wasted all of her time in the morning cutting up fucking bread.
Yeah, and then just didn't. And now she's balancing an egg cup.
And really carefully taking off the top of the egg, just tapping around it, just like, I gotta get that little bit off the top. Okay, there you go. Now I've got my soldiers all lined up, and now she's just trying to drive and dip at the same time.
Oh, it's never going to work, is it?
No, it's just
have a Nutrigrain or something.
2 Nutrigrain bars will do you until at least 10. Right?
If you eat them at 7.
No, about 9:30.
Jeez, your metabolism works quick.
Burn through everything, boy. So, the 46-year-old woman was allegedly seen with a fork in one hand and a plate in another as she was driving along the Hume Freeway at 8:40 a.m. Police say they pulled the black Holden station wagon over and slapped the Benalla woman with a $248 fine and an infringement notice for failing to have full control over the vehicle. Sean, that is only a very small news story, but there's a woman in the world who is... Look, she's late to work, and there's a moment in her day where she looks at the food, and she looks at her car, and then she looks at the clock. She goes, fuck it. And they do it.
Sure, who'll catch me?
There's no police on the highway.
Speaking as a man who can barely drive.
Yes.
It is the most stressful part of any day that I do it. I just hate it so much.
Right. Am I in the right gear? Who knows?
It's all a mystery. I could kill anyone at any minute. This is the fear. But I can't imagine doing anything, much less using my fucking knees while eating.
Yeah, there's very few people in the world that I think have the dexterity to pull that off. Also, we're kind of skipping the main obvious thing here, is how are you driving with your knees and having your foot on the accelerator and the clutch at the same time?
Could be in cruise control. It's on a motorway.
It's America, so it would be an automatic sticking in cruise control. Yeah, maybe. Because in my head, I was like, her foot has to be on the accelerator, surely, to keep going. But she has both knees up around her chest, just steering.
Oh, she's got 3 knees.
Oh, sorry, of course. This is the one with 3 knees. Of course.
Story neglected to mention that, but it's there. It's there.
It's a very small line at the bottom of the article. Oh, by the way, this girl has 3 knees.
Just in case you didn't know.
FYI.
I think this is terrifying. Like, I just put myself in that situation and I would just go like comatose from fear.
There's people out there, you know what I mean? These people exist.
People will try anything.
There's other people on that highway going, gee, she's driving a bit erratically. That's a bit weird now for the morning. I'm just trying to make it to my 9am job. I'm like 10 minutes away, I'm about to get in, and she's flying through lanes. She's just not even indicating. You wouldn't have room to indicate, sure.
Like, surely she could, like, park at work and eat her breakfast then.
But sure, it'd be cold. That'd be useless.
To be cold. You're right, you know.
You might as well feed her shit if she's going to be eating cold brekkie. You know what I mean?
Might as well cut the tongue right out of her head. Because that's what you'd be doing, making her eat a cold breakfast.
Brekkie's the most important meal of the day. We all know that.
So you like a cold breakfast. You'll have cold Weetabix and stuff.
Oh, Weetabix is my go-to. Just pure Weetabix. 4 Weetabix and milk.
Again, it's too many. It's
4 Weetabix.
No,
4 Weetabix, a massive mug of coffee. Game over. That's me done.
I'd get behind the coffee. I'm more of an egg man myself in the mornings.
You are. I have been in your house several times in the morning time. You're an egg man.
I love eggs. They're so versatile. Sunny
side up, soldiers. 2 types.
2 type of egg.
Do you want to make it poached? Do you want to...
I do a good poached egg. Just putting that out there. Yeah. I'll poach an egg. I don't even swirl the water or nothing.
We have a thing. We have one of those like quick poach machine things. You just like break the egg into it.
Oh, and it does it for you.
Yeah.
And it's in a lovely shape then.
Oh, it's always in a perfect shape, perfectly cooked.
Have you ever had a cloud egg?
I don't know what a cloud egg is, Sean.
A cloud egg, right? You separate. It's a very Instagram thing, but you separate the yolk and the white.
I'm a model on Instagram, so
that's true. You're an influencer.
Yeah.
So you have the yolk and the white separated, and then you whip the whites until they're like foamy and peaky. And then
right. So I'm making a cake. So far, I'm making a cake.
No, don't add sugar. Don't add nothing. Just whip those whites, boy.
Self-raising flour. Okay, right. Next up.
And then you put the yolk back on top of that foamy peak, and you bake it. And it's meant to be nice.
Bake it?
Yeah, you bake it.
In an oven?
In an oven. Yeah, not for long, mind you. It's an egg, after all.
I don't think you should ever put one individual egg that even if you've whipped up the whites and put on the yolk on top of it, don't put it in an oven.
You can do 2 eggs if you want.
Oh, jeez. I'd have 3 eggs. 3 eggs at any given moment. 3 eggs, 4 Weetabix.
How many eggs would you use if you were making an omelette for yourself?
At least 3.
That's fair. I'll allow it.
Yeah. Scrambled eggs, I also use 3.
Oh yeah, 3 eggs minimum.
Minimum. You gotta get that protein. How else am I gonna become Arnold Schwarzenegger? No other way.
No, I'm not gonna have them raw. That's gross.
No, that'd be weird. I have tasted them raw. I have tasted them. They are not good.
Are they not?
No, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd stick it in the oven after spreading the white and the yolk separately. Now that'd be my way. I've only just heard of it 10 seconds ago, but that's my new way.
But Jez, it doesn't even look nice. It doesn't look appetising at all.
I don't know how this conversation has gone on to just how we make eggs, but really when you think about it, I'm like looking into the distance now. When you think about it, they're so versatile. You know, they're so versatile.
Eat more eggs, lads.
Just eat more eggs.
If you take one thing from this podcast, eat an egg.
Although they'll make your cholesterol go sky high, so don't eat too many.
No, an egg a day is okay, but I like 3 eggs.
Every minimum. Hour. Every hour.
I'm more egg than man.
I'm going to try and do, I don't know, maybe an excellent segue here or something.
Okay. Have a crack at it.
I was going to say, I think I've cracked it. Oh, shit.
Sorry, you're scrambled now.
That you came up with that. There's only 5. We've rattled 4 of them off. It's fine. We're moving on to our next piece of news, and we are going to Florida. So,
about time.
I've realised that the way I say Florida is the same way that you say Disney.
Disney.
We have Disney and we have Florida.
And Disney is in Florida.
Oh my god. And Paris. So fleeing suspect hides in gopher tortoise hole.
Oh no. Wait, yes. What's a gopher tortoise hole?
That is something I didn't know either until I read this article. So a burglary suspect tried to go underground in his attempt to run from the law in northeast Florida. The county sheriff's office arrested 36-year-old Justin Buckler and another man during a burglary investigation in Melrose. A deputy and his canine partner, while searching the property, found Buckler. Which one do you prefer?
How's it spelled?
Buchler. Buckler. His first name should be René Buckler.
René Buckler. It's like Hercule Poirot.
That's a detective. René Buckler.
It really is.
So I'm going to call him René Buckler from now on. René Buckler was in the backyard. The deputy and the canine found him in the backyard, throwing dirt on himself in an effort to hide himself by burying himself in a nest for a gopher tortoise.
I think this man's seen too many cartoons.
Yes, it's against the law in Florida to mess with the nest of a gopher tortoise.
Everyone knows that.
as they are a threatened species, apparently.
Jesus. So wait, it's not like... Sorry, the gopher tortoise is an animal. It's not two separate things.
No, it's an actual... I think it's a type of tortoise, I'm assuming.
I'm doing a googs, Connor.
Oh, he's doing his googs. Okay, the gopher tortoise.
Gopher tortoise. Oh, he is small.
Are we expecting a giant?
Tortoises can be massive, dude.
Yeah, but not like a gopher tortoise.
Oh,
Gophers are hardly big.
There's one that's been painted red. That's really sad.
Oh, it's a threatened species. That's kind of bad.
Really is. Who's threatening them? What have they done?
David Attenborough, tell us about them. I need to know.
Oh, and I've got a diagram of the hole of the gopher tortoise. Oh, I see. Okay.
What happened?
Now it makes sense.
Give me...
See, the gopher tortoise digs a hole, much like a gopher would.
Yes.
So
but
that's
slowly. Just slowly. Really, really slowly.
Yeah, now it's terrible because what I'm seeing here is that it goes deep and then sometimes snakes hide in the pit and then get them.
Oh no. Alright, well, that's why they're threatened, and because they're in Florida, which I'm assuming is full of snakes.
Florida's full of everything. I don't think we've fully explored Florida. It's like the bottom of the ocean.
No. So, René Bouclé was in the backyard. René Bouclé, or Justin Buckler, as he's more commonly known. But René Bouclé of Keystone Heights faces 2 counts of larceny, 2 counts of drug possession, 2 counts of endangering a threatened species, which I think is a bit unfair to the chap. I don't know if he knew what he was doing.
I think he just saw a hole in the ground.
Yeah, possession of a methamphetamine and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon.
Sorry, Connor, are you saying that methamphetamine was involved in this?
I'm saying he might be on meth.
Oh,
sorry, he was in possession of meth. It doesn't say he took any meth.
He was holding it for a friend.
It was for the tortoise.
Yeah, he's delivering it.
He got called to that address, and he's just standing outside the hole like, where the fuck is this guy? Oh, fucking hell.
He didn't leave a number, I can't ring him.
Oh, fuck's sake. There's not even a bell or anything. Do I just leave the drugs down here? I'm not going to get paid.
Yeah, I'm not going to... And then I might lose the drugs.
And I've taken so many of them. I'm talking to myself.
Anyway, here you go, Mr. Tortoise.
Deputies also arrested 28-year-old Justin Harris of Melrose. He's charged with 2 counts of burglary, 2 counts of burglary with property damage, and possession of a weapon. Investigators say the men tried to steal more than $30,000 worth of items from the property, including snap-on tools, a motocross bike, jewellery, and a professional remote-controlled cars. But really what happened was, they were in the midst of the robbery. The police turned up, and this man's great getaway plan was that he ran into the backyard, seen a hole in the ground, and began to try and cover himself in dirt. It's like trying to hide behind a curtain in hide and seek when you're 7.
And your feet are just underneath.
Or like you pull a leaf off a tree and try and hide behind that. He was just, I'm assuming, picking up the hands of dirt, just barehanded, from the backyard, and just trying to cover himself enough so he could not be seen.
Yeah, or like trying to scoop it all at once like a blanket, like they do.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, would it not be a really weird hole in the ground?
Yeah,
or
you would know.
A shape in the ground.
And it would feel like an animal's house, if you get me.
You're not going to fit into that hole either. So he must have been like trying to use the dirt from around that hole to bury himself.
Yeah, what happens to the hole when a gopher tortoise digs it? What happens to the dirt?
We need David to tell us. We're literally out of loop here.
We should ask him. Do you think he's on Twitter?
He's like 97, but I think he's immortal, which I think is really good.
He'd fucking better be, because otherwise I'd be very sad.
Yeah, David's some man now, to be fair to him. He hasn't...
Confirmed, David Attenborough is a good dude.
Look, we're just going to say it here now. I know it's a bold fucking thought to have, and I know it's controversial, but David Attenborough is a harmless soul, and we should all protect him.
You can take that to the bank.
Take that to the bank with your pillowcase.
Yeah.
So yeah, René Bouclé What do we think of this man? Do we think he's a criminal mastermind, or his escape route is classic Florida man?
It really is. It's like it harkens back to the simplicity of a Florida man.
Yeah.
Which is just a man who is making it up as he goes along.
And is probably on meth.
Probably, or is delivering meth to a wonderful creature of nature.
Look, he's a threatened species. He lives every day in an anxiety-filled thing. He needs a bit of meth to calm him down.
Yeah, the meth will really level you out, René Bouclé.
Yeah. So you know when you're really nervous or anxious, a bit of meth will really level you out. Or, on the opposite chance, might make you even more anxious.
That's true. So maybe just have a coffee and a cigarette.
Yeah, we would say do all of the bad things. Do anything.
And then your body will get used to it eventually.
Don't worry about it. Okay, so we can move on to our next piece of news. Although, I just want to put the image in your head. That man gets caught mid-robbery and runs into the backyard and looks to his left and there's like a fence, and looks to his right and there's just a hole in the ground, and he thinks, I could fit into that hole.
Yeah, that's a level of unpredictability in a human that I've never seen.
It's classic René Bouclé.
Classic him.
Classic this guy. So we're moving on to our next piece of news, and this is Florida man doing another classic Florida man. Now, you know when you just don't get the attention that you crave, Sean?
Every day. Every goddamn day.
And what are your ways to overcome it? Do you have any like special things to get everyone to look at you?
You cry and scream a lot. That tends to get heads turning. And you start slapping people, Connor. That's what you do. You start slapping people. Surely enough, everyone will be looking at you.
At least one person would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because people aren't used to being slapped, man.
Well, look, this Florida man was actually sent to the hospital. And he was an older man. And so, you know, those nurses in hospitals, they run off their feet. Sometimes it's 50 patients to one nurse. You don't have time to look at them all at the same time.
No, yeah, it's a tough state of affairs.
It's a tough state of affairs. Well, Florida man was not happy with that because they forgot that he's Florida man and he deserves all the attention. So
he's the most important one.
As all Florida man will do, Florida man sets hospital bed on fire to get nurses' attention.
Well, look, it certainly worked, didn't it?
A man who felt like he was being ignored set his hospital bed on fire while another patient was in the room in an attempt to get a nurse's attention, according to the Florida Police Department. According to authorities, John King admitted to setting a plastic bag on fire on Saturday because he felt the staff were ignoring his request to bring him his clothes, and he believed that the fire would get their attention.
No, it did, but that's mainly because you can't smoke in hospitals.
Yeah, no, or maybe they don't like fires you can't set fires in hospitals either, Sean.
Yeah, you know what, you're probably right, actually. I was going to try argue the point, but no way I'm getting around that.
Which is worse? One cigarette? Big fire in a hospital? What's more against the rules?
I would say the fire is against more rules, in society.
Yeah. But in a hospital, the rules are turned on their head.
That's true. I mean, in a hospital, I was trying to think of a rule you can break in a hospital. Is there any? Is there any of them?
Rules you can break?
You can take morphine in a hospital.
Don't die. Don't you die on me.
That's the one rule.
I'm a nurse. Don't you die on me.
Okay, Dad.
This is fucking intense. This nurse is really intense.
Yeah, I think that's the one rule. Yeah, don't die.
Okay, so King's roommate in the hospital explained to officials that he had seen King light a small object on fire, but he convinced King at that time to put out the flame, records show. However,
saving thousands.
However, the roommate then went to the bathroom, And then when he returned to his bed, behind a curtain, he saw King relight the fire, and the roommate used the emergency button to notify staff.
I mean, the roommate, by all accounts, did the best he could.
He tried to calm the situation down. He thought he had. And he's like, look, he's calmed down now. Can I go to the bathroom? Yeah, no, everything's fine. Honestly. Yeah. Everything is absolutely fine.
And then it's like that scene in Community where Troy comes back and the whole room is on fire.
And so he's just like beating a piece of clothing off the ground that is also on fire. He's like, what the fuck?
What happened in the 5 minutes I was gone?
We also have his call to the other nurses and the staff.
Okay, what was said?
Now, one of the words has been very cleverly taken out because it's a news report, because it's meant to be PG. So the quote is, the expletive in here lit his bed on fire. I can't breathe. There's smoke in the room.
And they said, smoke? You can't smoke in hospitals.
Yeah. Is he dying? No? Then hang up. There's nothing for you here, old man.
Now the question is, what was the expletive that was taken out?
This motherfucker in here lit his bed on fire.
Jez, that's a good one.
Yeah.
This loser got him.
This smelly boy in here lit his bed on fire.
Connor. Hey.
Delete that. Delete that.
Yeah, it's too far. It's too far for us.
I'll never get hired in future.
This entire podcast.
To go into the interview, they're just looking at you like, you said the words smelly boy on your podcast, episode 71, Weird News Wednesdays. What are your thoughts?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy,
I mean, fuck, lads, I don't know.
Have you tried calling my references?
Each one of them will lie for me.
Each one of them is the smelliest boy around.
Oh, he did it again.
Oh no, he's a bad boy. The nurse who heard the roommate yell entered the room after seeing the flames and then proceeded to shout, "There's a fire in here," which I find funny because the man was like, "There's a fire," and then she ran in and went, "There's a fire!" Oh no, someone should have told me.
Someone should have told me there was a tattletale in the room.
Snitches get stitches, John.
And then he leaves him in the
fire. And ran to the nurse's station to dial 911. A different nurse entered the room after
you're in the hospital.
Emergency, not an ambulance. I'm full up on them. I need the police. A different nurse entered the room after hearing the yelling and put out the flames with a fire extinguisher when she noticed King making his way to the elevator in an attempt to escape.
It's like, I can see I'm probably in a lot of trouble here.
I'm just going to nip out. You know what? There's nothing for me here. Do you mind if I just leave? Done. Just slaps his two hands together. Yep. Another good day at the fire factory. King gave authorities the silver and red Bic lighter he used to start the fire when he was arrested. Records show. He was arrested.
A lot of detail.
He was arrested on a felony charge for arson, which, I mean, there's no evidence that he caused that fire other than the fact that he caused that fire.
Well, he was arson around.
Yeah, very good. According to the hospital's administrator, the bed was damaged beyond repair and a new one has to be ordered to replace it.
The whole bed?
Yes. Now, this is really where it gets good because they just have the last little line of what he was in for when he was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And King was originally admitted to the hospital for respiratory failure and breathing problems. Now, surely smoke and a fire are the worst things to set if you are in trouble breathing in any way.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of, you know, coming in with internal bleeding and then stabbing yourself for fun.
Oh, I got shot in the foot. Now, if you don't mind, I got to practice my hot coal walking. Okay.
Why? What? Was he bored? Well, no, he wanted the nurses to get his attention.
Yes.
Now, maybe he had been transferred from like several different hospitals, and this is just what he does. And that's why he has so much respiratory problems.
And so he's just... Do you know what? His respiratory problems come from the fact that he's just tired of this shit. He's tired of being ignored, Sean.
It's all the sighing he does.
Oh, yeah, go to the bed next to me, that's grand.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fine. Work away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I haven't fucking been seen for hours. Still want my dinner. Haven't been asked what I want, chicken or beef. It's just, no, that's fine.
I'll have the tuna.
It's fine. No, it's fine, honestly, it's absolutely fine. He's constantly just monologuing to himself, just out of breath.
Just wheezing the whole time.
They keep giving him like the oxygen mask. He's like, no, you're looking after me now, are you? Oh, that's very nice of you.
Yes, where were you
doing your job
5 minutes ago?
Oh yeah, what? Beef or fucking chicken? Ask me what do I want?
I'm vegetarian.
For God's sake, what do you know about me? So this Florida man, even when he goes to hospital and he's old and he has breathing problems, you just can't get the Florida man out of Florida, man.
No, he's been at it too long. He's been in the game for too many years.
Yes, he's one day from retirement.
Always.
Always one day, just one last big job. That's all he needs. So we're ending this week's Weird News, Sean, with Florida robbery suspects. Now,
right.
Why I'm ending with this is I felt like this was the most exciting robbery we had. This is the most like movie-like robbery, but also the way they get caught is the most Florida man way possible.
Okay, yes. I'm ready.
So, Florida men rob drugstore. Then Florida robbery suspects leave trail of empty pill bottles after robbery.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why would you throw them behind you?
A trail of pill bottles stolen from a Florida drugstore led detectives to a home where they found 2 men matching descriptions of the robbers seen on the surveillance video. The men and another accomplice robbed a CVS in Clearwater about 5 a.m. a few weeks ago, waving guns at employees and binding several of them with zip ties. The trio then the trio then made off with more than 10,000 pills containing opioids and oxycodone. We've had that before. The Tampa Bay Times reported.
No, sorry, Connor. We haven't had that
before. Potential employers. I know I said smelly boy. I know that is where your anger is. But at the same time, we did not take any oxycodone.
We took nothing. We had some eggs. That's about it.
This is just us naturally being fucking morons.
We can't stop this.
It's all natural. The drugs had a street value of about $350,000 that they stole.
Jesus.
Yes.
That's too much.
But they left behind some obvious clues. First, their surveillance video captured the men and a white Chrysler 200 fleeing the scene. And apparently, the men emptied pills from the bottles, which they tossed out the window as they drove home.
What, like for fun?
I don't know. So they were emptying the pills from the bottles, right?
Yeah.
And so then they just throw the empty bottles out the window.
Okay, maybe they can...
So they'll just have a big bag of pills, right? So they're emptying all the bottles into like a big bag of pills, and when they're done with the empty pill bottle, they just throw that out the window because they've no need for it.
Oh, but dude, you could recycle that.
You could... Greta Thunberg hates these boys. Fucking dickheads.
I think I hate these boys.
Go green, lads. Fuck's sake.
And I bet those bags they poured the pills in weren't even biodegradable.
No, they weren't. There wasn't a bag for life. It was a plastic bag all over it.
Oh, I love my bag for life.
And apparently the men emptied the pills. And apparently the men emptied pills from the bottles, which they tossed out the window as they drove home. Detectives followed the trail of pill bottles to a home where they found 2 of the men. Investigators said that the 3 men had planned the robbery, even staking the location out the day before. Detectives then saw one of the men casing the store in a surveillance video they reviewed.
just taking very obvious photos of like the doors and where the cameras are.
They went through the trouble of casing the place out, then staking out the location for a whole day, then making the robbery at 5 a.m. and using zip ties, so they locked everybody up, they got away with it, and then they tossed all the empty bottles out the window as they drove home.
Florida men can't be explained.
Between the three of them, they nearly had one brain.
I think with one more person on that team, they would have been sorted.
Because it only takes one to go, guys, maybe we keep the balls.
Recycle them, you know?
Yeah, one guy who's just mad about the earth. Guys, throw it into this bag. Separate the bottles and the pills. If you're going to do it, separate them.
I'll drop these off at the recycling centre tomorrow. Don't you worry.
The two men, Christopher Rachel Jr. and David Dobbins, who both were 19, were arrested. They also matched the descriptions of the robbers seen inside the store, detective said. As they investigated, the police then found more evidence, as on Dobbins' cell phone they saw video of the men in the same room as a bed piled with pills and clear plastic bags.
Oh no.
There were also videos on the phone of them handling a white garbage bag, which is the same type as seen in the surveillance video, and which they were emptying drugs out of.
That doesn't prove anything.
No. That could have been anybody's bag. Why is it on your phone? Well, look, someone sent it to me. Sent it to me. You know,
it's one of these viral things that are circulating.
Yeah. The videos also helped investigators identify Roy Lampkin, 18, who was the third member. He an accomplice, showing him handling the white bag and then waving at the camera at one stage. Detectives also found his fingerprints on evidence at the scene, so they didn't even wear gloves at the scene of the robbery. You
did so well. You did so well in your Ocean's 11 style heist.
They only needed one more brain could have pulled off they were so close to just having some sort of plan.
Yeah, like they did just enough that you're like, okay, these guys were pretty serious. But then they left literally a breadcrumb trail for the police to catch them.
Or the thing is with the staking and the casing out the joint, I think that's just a very movie thing. They've seen that in the movies, but they didn't know why they were doing it. They just did it because it was in a movie at some stage and just didn't care about the rest.
They went and did it, but didn't take in any information or learn from it at all.
They just went for a hangout in a car, just eating some fast food.
Isn't that what you do when you're a criminal, yeah?
It is. So, the Lampkin who was seen in the video, it says he was seen on video entering the CVS at 3:52 a.m. and asking the pharmacist a question. Authorities arrested him February 5th and charged him with the drug trafficking. Now all three men remain in jail and their court records don't list lawyers who could speak for them. Now the bonds for the three men, Dobbins is held in lieu of $280,000.
It's a lot.
Rachel is also charged with oxycodone possession and is held in lieu of $282,000.
Slightly
and
more.
Lampkin is charged with 2 drug trafficking charges and remains in jail on a $1 million bond.
Will probably be there a while.
Just for a few days. So, Florida men nearly got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky fact that they have no brain.
It's all their own fault.
As usual.
Yeah, if they had just been, careful, they would have been fine.
Even if they left the drug pill bottles in the car.
Yeah. Or don't video yourself handling the stolen product.
No. That's like when a kid takes a camera and is taking a load of random photos and then takes a photo of them in the mirror and their parent is like, did you take my camera? No. There's a photo of you taking a picture of yourself in the mirror. Okay, yeah, no.
And you're holding today's newspaper for some reason.
Yeah, that might be me, yes. No, fair enough. You've got me, mother.
Well done. Good deduction on that one.
You've been talking to René Bouclet, haven't you?
Clearly you have.
I think that is for this week's Weird News, Sean.
It's been a mental week. A lot of robberies.
robbery heavy week.
Well, look, it's about time.
Yes. Sometimes robberies just need a bit of love, you know what I mean?
That's true. They can't be. Look, if they happen every week, it'd be like Christmas. You'd get tired of it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of sentiments. That's what Wizard were singing about.
So yeah, I think that's it. Do you want to take us out?
Yeah, thanks everyone very much for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with one more edition of Weird News Wednesday.
One more.
Just the one. Treasure it.
That's the last ever episode.
We do have a Patreon account. It's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. The link for that is in the description if you want to go and support us there. Big thanks to everyone who does. If you don't want to support us there, you just can't. The best way to support the show is by telling one human being that we exist.
Just the one.
What else? Yeah, we also have social media. We are on Facebook, Heroes for Hire Podcast, Twitter, @Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4, Instagram, Heroes for Hire Podcast, or you can email us, heroesforhire_@outlook.com. And
it's all in the description.
It's all in the description. It's all linked. It's very easy to use.
Very easy. Just click on it. It'll take you right there.
That's all you need. So I think that's about it for the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad to be back.
It's good to have you back.
I thought you were replacing me. You were going to hit me with the "there's nothing for you here, old man." Turn back.
I changed all the passwords and left.
Oh no. So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Sean Mean.
See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.